So a few weeks ago, I paid $30 to hang out with my friends at a grocery store. Okay, now that I've got your attention, let me ask you a question. What would it mean to you if the person you were talking to was hanging on every word you said, especially in sales? Consider that and I'll finish my story. And we all got together for a Scotch whiskey tasting. What we didn't realize is that we were going to be treated to a master class on storytelling by Mr. David Blackmore, who's an award-winning global brand ambassador for the Glenmorangie and Ardbeg distilleries. For the better part of 2 hours, he had us drinking out of the palm of his hand, with stories about growing up in the Scottish countryside and the history of Scotland and how distilling is tied to it. There were science lessons. There were sensory experiences. We were smelling and tasting things that you would not expect to smell and taste when you opened a bottle of Glenmorangie. It's really amazing if you really want to dig in and pay attention to the subtlety. Now, most people don't do that, but that's also what led to the interest of the experience and the kind of the dynamic experience that we had. And we all got to share it. And the interesting thing is, at the end of the evening, there was no call to action. There was no, okay, this bottle costs this much, this bottle costs this much. We weren't even interested in that. We wanted to know when he was coming back into town, what the next special variety that they were releasing was going to be, and when it was coming out. And we all walked out of there with a bottle of something, despite not being prompted or asked to. That's how dynamic and engaging the presentation was. Now here's the other thing, is there will not be a time when my friends and I go to a restaurant or some other establishment and see a bottle that he was talking about on the shelf behind the bar and not think back to that experience. To take it a step further, my friends and I have all purchased bottles to put behind or on our shelves behind our bars so that we can relive that experience a little more often. Now, I don't care if it's whiskey or widgets. I would pay money to see David Blackmore lead me through a bottled water tasting. That's the kind of reputation that he has. That's the kind of experience I know that he brings with him. And that's the thing that makes me think about him and his brand and the next time he's coming into town more often. Now, I don't think there's anything more engaging than a great story. And I'm willing to bet that you're not putting enough great stories into your sales presentations. And I'm also willing to bet that once you do, you'll start making more sales. If you like what you've seen, take a look at the rest of my channel. There are a lot of other videos like this one, and there's a new one that goes up every Tuesday. While you're clicking, you can also go to my website and subscribe to my free weekly newsletter. It's called the Parabola Press, and it goes out every Sunday morning. Go out there today and be great, and I'll see you next time.